join us for the health walk. Thank you so much for coming. But this evening, what we are discussing is the Black Stars at Qatar 2022. Our boys, our hope, and our chances, really. Are we going to come home early? Will it be an early kick-out, or will it be a longer stay for the team? And I'm doing this with GHOne Soti. He's a sports journalist as well. And I have with me here a systems analyst and a sports enthusiast, Justice Asari. This evening, like I said, is a boys' affair. For the women in the morning, we had cheers. So please allow us to do this evening here on Tomorrow's Voices. Guys, good evening and welcome to Tomorrow's Voices.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank
so
you
let me ask you, when you were young, what has been your experience with the Black Stars? I mean, for me, I can tell of the fact that it was always nice. Every day we had a game, it was like a holiday for all of us. I don't know how it is for you.
Well, childhood memories, I think that was the only chance. It was almost like a conflict between my dad and my mom. My parents almost really didn't allow us to watch television. No, it's more like read your books and stuff. But when it was time for football, my dad loved football as well. So it was Black Stars. I was guaranteed that once my dad was interested, I would also have the chance to watch. Yeah. So it was, anytime Black Stars plays, and these days I have the freedom to watch. I mean, I smile and I'm like, times have gone. I mean, those days, when it was 2 p.m. and you hear Grace Ashley's song, then you know it's time. It's about that time again. It's time, you have to get ready to rumble. I mean, it's the good times have come before. So I mean, with Black Stars, it brings back a nostalgic feelings, really. Justice,
for you, I mean, we've been to World Cup 2006, 2010. We missed out on 2014, right?
No,
2018. 2018. So,
yeah.
That's a we missed out in 2018.
Yeah.
3 World Cups in the past.
Yeah.
Have we done so well?
Oh, I would say we've done so well because growing up, it's just that the love is not there like it used to. Because growing up, I remember when I was in, I think, 4th, 5th grade and those times, when Ghana has a match, school closes. Even if the match is at 11, we're going to stop classes and we are just going to concentrate on the match. We'll go to the assembly hall. Everyone will watch the Ghana match. Sometimes if Ghana has a match, about 2 months to the World Cup, let's say a place like Atomic, from maybe Atomic to Atomic down roundabout, you see Ghana flag on the trees and everything. But now you only see those flags during elections or NDC. And you see people's taxis with the Ghana flag and stuff. But it's like we are less than 10 days to the World Cup
and you don't see anything. I mean, it's actually 8 days to the World Cup now, and it's interesting. I mean, I do remember, anytime a player scores, the Jama, I'm like, I could walk from CP all the way to Malam, following the. But anyway, we're hoping that this year's World Cup will bring back the love. Let's talk about our performance to the build up to this World Cup. It looks like we had been on a 1-goal scoring project.
Well, we have to put this performance into perspective. So I think we've got to be honest as Ghanaians or as fans of the Black Stars to properly situate our national team. So for the first time in about 11 or 13 years, Ghana is out of the top 10 African countries according to the FIFA world ranking. So even in Africa, Ghana is not in the top 10. In the world, Ghana is out of the first 60 for the first time in a long while. So Ghana is not where it used to be. We've got to be honest as at now. Ghana is not where it used to be. And performance-wise, I've checked and I've realized that it's been very difficult for Ghana to beat any of the teams in the top 10 in Africa's world rankings. We hardly win games. If we check, we beat Madagascar, right? We struggle to beat Central African Republic. And we want to go to the World Cup and win against Portugal, Uruguay, and South Korea. If you look at it really from a realistic point of view, it's more like a big ask. But we've seen tournaments where the people who are not favorites have managed to surpass expectations. You go back to the 2002 Senegalese squad, Khalilou Fadija, Aliou Cisse, who is now the coach, the Liverpool legend. There were players in the team, good players. And they beat reigning world champions France at the time. 2006 Ghana squad, we had in a group with Czech Republic, Italy, and we still managed to progress. Czech Republic at the time were the second best team in the world with Pavel Nedved and Schmitzer, Peter Cech. I mean, they had the big players. Our players were even, some of them were starstruck when they met them, but we managed to surpass expectations. So realistically, we are struggling to beat opponents. But what we showed against Nigeria, especially in Abuja, and what we showed against Brazil in the second half gives me some form of respite and calm that with a good tactical plan, Ghana can progress. Because Portugal, in most of their World Cups, they mostly progress. Uruguay mostly progresses. South Korea is a team you underrate at your peril, because in 2018 Germany were reigning world champions at the time, but we wanted a win against South Korea to get 6 points and progress out of the group. They ended up losing by 2-0. So it's a team that when you are desperate and you open up and try to play against South Korea, you're going to get beaten. So it's a very dicey affair. It depends on our plan we have from Otuado. So it will all depend on what Otuado brings to Ghanaians, the squad list, and then from there we can really judge the team.
The team in itself. Looking at the Black Stars group, we have Uruguay, we have Portugal. For some Ghanaians, it's more like God's plan for us to get back at Uruguay for what happened. I mean, that penalty. I mean, that night, I cried. I cried, but I mean, that particular World Cup, we know for many Ghanaians, really, we were concerned about that particular penalty kick. We didn't have the opportunity to face Portugal in that particular year, but we now have them in and then Uruguay. Do you think we'll be able to progress really from the group?
I think Ghana can progress. Anyone can say, Ghana has been on a one-goal scoring project and stuff, but if you check from years back, there has not been any tournament I think Ghana has scored more than 2 goals in a World Cup or in any competitive international football game. But we always manage to find our way out. It's all about win and points. And I think from 2006, 2010, Ghana has been on a 1-0, 2-1. If it will be 2-1, maybe a second goal will come from a penalty and stuff. So people saying our preparation towards the World Cup, we are not scoring goals. This is not a new thing. This has been Ghana from our build-up to World Cups since 2008, AFCON, and 2000 and all the other World Cups and AFCONs. This has been Ghana's performance. So if people are so paranoid and they are talking, we need to change this team, because they are not scoring goals. Ghana has never scored goals for you to tell me, during this tournament, Ghana was scoring 4 or 5 and now they are scoring less. So I think this team, Otuado's team, is a good team. It's just about he aligning the right players to form the first 11, because we have a very solid team. Every country is afraid of, because all our team players are top. They are top players in their teams. And I saw Uruguay medias. They were analyzing our players and stuff. You can see that they see a very solid team that we just need to know how to align the players and how to play them.
So why is that lost confidence? I mean, I've not seen. I've barely met anyone who has expressed some form of confidence in the provisional 55-man squad list. They compare them to the Asians, the Stephen Appiahs, the Muntaris, and be like, do we have someone like that in there, apart from the big names that we know playing the EPL and then the other leagues?
I guess the general apathy towards the Black Stars, I guess, can be attributed to 2 things. One will be the fiasco in Brazil in 2014, and will also be our run in the AFCON just in January. So we struggled to beat Comoros, Gabon, and Morocco. So realistically, if you struggle to beat Comoros, who is, I doubt, in the first 20 in Africa, then really you have no business at the World Cup, realistically. Again, if you struggle to beat Gabon, who failed to qualify to the World Cup, if you fail to beat Morocco, who is not so much of a very strong side, then really there's a problem. Another reason would have to be the fact that we're in an economic or financial crisis, as you put it. Times are hard and players are going to be receiving $100,000. I mean, times are hard, or people think if you're
to do a conversion. I mean, at the current year, that's like 1.3 million.
We'll spend half of the show.
I mean, you can think about it. So I think that's one of the reasons. So realistically, the apathy started developing from 2014. But I guess that people say, well, we don't care about the Black Stars. I tell you what, let's start playing against Portugal. Let Ghana take their lead. Work will cease. The nation will come to a standstill for whatever time until Portugal equalizes or win the match. The love will be back. So I think the love or the Bring Back the Love campaign is hinged on the performance of the team. If the team is playing well, the love naturally develops. Ghanaians are people who truly appreciate honesty and hard work. So we reward hard work. Once you show us, you kill yourself and you work hard, and we see the effort. Sometimes when Ghana plays a game and we lose, and we felt, okay, everybody played his heart out. Well, we played a good game. You don't win every game, you will lose some. So once we see the zeal and the energy from the players, I think the love will be back.
Love will be back.
Yeah.
Speaking of the energy, the zeal, the hard work, I can see our league in the country is not really the best in the world, but the players are doing so well. And when it comes to the call-up to the Black Stars, it looks like it's always the people outside that become the focus. Is it that our players are not good enough? And I fear for local players and the list that will come out on Monday. I fear we may not even get one.
Oh, I think, truth be told, even the pitch they are going to play on is not like the Sakura parks we have here in Ghana. You can see a match. That's why our keeper sometimes can concede goals that are not supposed to be goals, because when he dives to the left, there's a stone waiting for his head. You know, so you will never get the best out of them. Most of our players, most of our players playing outside, from Right to Dreams FC, all those players, they went to develop themselves up there. It's because our league is not
The best.
Yes, it doesn't build a team confident to face international football.
But if we don't put them on the global stage, how do we expect to make them big? Because these players that we are marketing so well, I mean, let's talk about Thomas Partey. I know he started from somewhere in Tema Youth. Yeah.
Tema Youth.
So they all had an experience with our local league.
But do you think he was playing this good in Tema? No.
Well,
Because playing outside gives you some level of exposure to even the kind of footwear you wear to play the football out there. It's not like down here. Like everything is so different. That makes it builds you up in so many ways. Let's say you're going to most of the times players complain about the pitches they play their matches on. So if they complain about pitches, and we are taking this Sakura Park training session to Qatar to play on a pitch we've never played before. Even looking at the pitch, how green the park is, it's a lot to make the player so happy that he wouldn't even concentrate on the ball. He has never played on a pitch like this.
Is this fair to our players?
No, it's not. It's not fair. I can give you instances where local players have done really well. So we'll go back to 2006. You know Samuel Oseko, former Bayern, former Bayern. He was at the peak of his game in 2006, but he made a mistake in the first game against Italy, and his confidence dwindled, so he had to be substituted. And we brought in a local player, Sheila Iliasu. The rest was history. At the point after the tournament, at the point Arsenal wanted him. Arsenal then under Arsene Wenger, and if Arsene Wenger wants a player, those who follow football, you know, it takes a lot of great deal of technique, a lot of football intelligence for Arsene Wenger to take you. Sheila Iliasu was a local player, replaced the legendary Samuel Oseko, and he did so perfectly. It was a fit nobody remembered where Sheila Iliasu came from. Liadi played in the 2010 World Cup. He wasn't so much of a big player. Then the 20 scored that won the World Cup in 2009. Most of them were local players. As Bedu was in Kotoko. Most of the guys were local players. I think Andre was one of the few people who was from outside. So, and let's situate this properly. The players we are talking about now, who are supposed to be the ones local players, Danlad Ibrahim, let's situate it well. If you are making an argument for Kudus to be in the Black Stars, then I think Danlad should make it into the Black Stars. In 2017, we had an under-17 team that went to the under-17 World Cup. England won that tournament. Kudus was instrumental in the team. Who was the goalkeeper? Danlad Ibrahim. Last year, in the under-20 team that won the AFCON in Mauritania, there was Efriye Barnier. He scored 2 goals in the final. Who was the goalkeeper? Danlad Ibrahim. Now, the Black Meteors team, Danlad Ibrahim is the goalkeeper. That's the under-23 team. Now, in the local Black Stars team, Danlad is the goalkeeper. So, Danlad has gone through the ranks. He has progressed through the stages. He has gone through from the grassroots to the very top. So, I feel Danlad deserves a place in the national team. He gives some confidence, some leadership. He's commanding. I feel he's more commanding than even Joseph Wollacott. Wollacott does his work. He's like David De Gea. He does his work. I'm goalkeeper. I save the ball. I do my part. I'm off. If we are Bani as well, very good player. He has also played consistently in the league. He has helped. He's an individual who is quite versatile, and I think for Otuado, one thing I've seen is one thing that worked for you, or one characteristic to enable you to be called by Otuado, is your ability to play in several positions. If you're a Barnier fits in that category, he can play as a striker, play as a number 10, he can play as a winger. So he's someone who is versatile. He can play in so many positions, and his attributes are quite different from what we have in the other forwards. So I think he will be a good addition. So these players, if they get the call up, they merit it. But I think this whole conversation, we have to state it is because each club will be paid $10,000 a day by FIFA. Every club will pay $10,000 a day. So the argument is, why don't we give
the opportunity to the local club to use the money to develop themselves?
Because, as we said, it is very unlikely that all the 26 players will play. So why don't we give 2 slots to maybe one Hearts, one Kotoko? So both clubs get the money, and then they can cushion themselves financially as they are struggling to make ends meet and even pay players and other stuff. So that is why this whole argument has come. But do they merit a spot? Absolutely, I think they deserve a chance.
Monday, Coach Otuado will be given that final 26-man squad that we're all looking up to. I've seen certain comments on social media with some people reacting. I think I saw a post by, is it Jeffrey Schrops or Schrop? I don't know.
There's a bit of controversy over.
I saw that tweet, and I saw a reaction coming from the GFA communications director, whether it was direct or indirect. I mean, are you predicting that Coach Otuado's team will be representative of people that need to play, or you feel politics will have a role to play in this? I mean, we've had the comments of politics, and then there's a term they've been using in the sports world, agency.
Or sometimes we even call it constituency. You have to have a constituency behind you.
Exactly.
Oh, that has always been in the Ghana football. That has always been the Ghana football, because some of the players who get to play outside and they are being called by the national team, their managers are people who work in the FA. Their managers are people who work in the FA. So you don't expect me to drop my player and go for someone I don't know. So even though we'll say, oh, some players merit it and stuff, others too are being called just because their managers are people who are in the FA. And because of that, Ghanaians, we can do demonstration no matter the kind of demonstration we do. I don't know if there's maybe a football word for Kumiprep. Instead of economy, if it's going to be football, we can do it. They don't care, because they have their own agenda. So the whole thing about the politics and stuff in football, it will always be there, because to be able to get to a certain point in football fraternity in terms of management, once you get to that point, you get to pitch players and also take players to certain clubs and stuff. And once that player is for you, once the player goes to a club and stuff and is progressing, you get some money because you manage the player and stuff. So the politics will always be there. Anyone who gets there knows that. Ask yourself sometimes, why are all our former players, most of them scout players? Because they've seen the money making aspect of it. So management, everyone in the FA, if they had their way, will have a player they will pitch outside. And when it's time for international competitions, bring them to represent Ghana, and we can demonstrate from circle to wherever we want. Still, those players will still.
This is not GS. Not from circle to GH. Let's whatever names that Coach Otuado puts out there on Monday, 26-man squad. If you look at our starting 11. Well, his name is not there, but I'm part of the people that feel like if he were to be part, it would have helped. I mean, what Marcelo did with Real Madrid, I feel Asamoah can do it for Black Stars. Anyway, his name is not in there yet. But then if you had the opportunity to, pick your starting 11, who will make the cut?
So for me, first off, I think the solution to Ghana's problems is in our national anthem. It talks about humility and fearless honesty. Fearless honesty. So even if you're going to be honest and you step on toes, you've got to do it. My starting lineup for goalkeepers, I would drop Joseph Wallacott and I will go in for either Richard Ofori or Danlad Ibrahim, whoever makes the cut. I would go in for which of them. For me, Ofori was our number one till he got injured. So once Ofori is back and he's not injured physically and he's mentally in good shape, I'll put Ofori in post. But then for me, it will depend on what formation and which team I'm going to play. For example, if I'm going to play Portugal, I'll go in for a 3-5-2 formation, because in that case, I'm going to sit very deep. The Diego Simeone sort of mindset, but with an Antonio Conte or Simeone Inzaghi kind of mindset. So it's a combination of Simeone and Conte. It's very defensive mindset, very defensive tactic. So that will include Mohamed Salisu as a left centre back, then Alexander Jiku, and then Daniel Amate. Then for that will be my three centre backs. For left wing back, I'll go in for Gideon Mensah, because I think he's Ghana's best wing back as now. If we are honest to ourselves, Gideon Mensah is our best. At right wing back, then it will be quite problematic. Will I take Tariq Lamptey or I'll take Odoi? That will depend on who the opponent is. If it is going to be Rafael Leao for Portugal, then it means he's got a lot of pace and energy. Can Dennis Odoi mark him? I doubt, because of what I saw against him and Moses Simon. Remember, he caused that penalty in Nigeria. We could have easily lost the game if the players were not experienced. So I'll go in for Tariq Lamptey, because Tariq Lamptey has speed, but however, he has struggled for game time. So Tariq Lamptey and Gideon Mensah. In central midfield, I'll play 3 midfielders. You guess Thomas Partey will be there. Then we would have Baba Idrisu, if he's fit. Baba Idrisu will play. Then the last player, it will be between Salis Abdul Samed from RC Lens in France or Daniel Kofitre. I think I would go in for Daniel Kofitre in the first half, and in the second half I'll substitute Kofitre and I'll bring in Salis Abdul Samed. Up top, I would go in for, that is where I said I'll go in for the Simeone Inzaghi tactic. In Inter, it is Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez. So a big striker who takes off all the defenders to give space to the other striker. So then it will be Antoine Semenyo and Iñaki Williams. Antoine Semenyo is huge. He can pick on defenders, and when he gives the ball to Iñaki Williams has a lot of pace, so he can make the runs and wreak havoc. So in that tactics, we sit very deep. We are not going to mince words, because Portugal's attack is quite star-studded. Unfortunately, their players are not in some good form. Ronaldo is not in good form. Joao Felix is not in good form. He has struggled for game time. I think it's only Horta and the Rafael Leao who have got some bit of goals. I think Leao has scored 5 goals and 5 assists. They are in good form, but the rest of their players, Andre Silva just has a goal and assist. So I think even some of our attackers are even better than them in terms of form this season. So if we strategize well, and what I saw from Otoado against Brazil in the second half and against Nigeria in the second half, it gives me respite that once we strategize well and we accept that Portugal is a better opposition than us and we do things right, we can win. But maybe if it's against Uruguay, then I'll vary the tactics. I'll now open up a little bit and go for revenge, so it will be a fallback. No, for Uruguay, that match is about mentality. So it will be about maybe a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. So more attacking players to try and
see how.
So once we score, then maybe you can substitute and defend again.
Just quickly before we go, what would be your selection?
Okay, for my selection, let's say the defense, like you were saying, depending on the team I'm playing with. He is saying Portugal will be a revenge. Uruguay rather.
Yeah.
But the more aggressive you are, the likelihood that you flop is very high. Yeah. If you are so aggressive to a tackle, the probability that they will dribble you and you will come and pass by about 2 players is also very high. So maybe defense, if I'm going with a 4-back, I'll go with Tariq on the right, Jiku, Amate, Gideon Mensah on the left, Mohamed Salisu will come in the second half, and then in the middle, I would rather go for Kofitre instead of Idrisu Baba, because I've seen how Idrisu Baba plays in Malacco, and when he comes to Black Stars, he gets the ball and he's going back. He plays in Malacco, he gets the ball, he's going forward. So, based on our play, that's how I'm getting my stuff.
Your analysis are really 2 seconds each. Early kickouts or longer stay for the Black Stars?
It all depends on what happens on Monday.
You have to pick one.
We'll go home early.
Well, we ain't going home.
They believe, like what cameraman Mohammed said, we are going to stay to the semi-final.
With that, it's going to be a problem, because I tried staking a bet with Ghana to win. I staked 1 CD, was saying 64 CD. This can never be possible. So I'll say we'll go for maybe round of 60.
Alright. It's been an interesting episode on Tomorrow's Voices here.